Hey guys, I'm Mill Sarge coming at you with another quick video. I usually don't do any kind of videos when I'm working on a car, truck, or a bike or anything, but I figured I'm putting some frame sliders on the 22 ZX6R, so why not throw a video together while I'm doing it. You might see me kind of fumbling around with stuff and getting aggravated and pissed off, but that's just me. But I figured I'd throw a little video on here in case somebody buys a set of these Woodcraft sliders for the 20, I guess this would be the 19 through the 22 ZX6R. This is the 22 version, so it should be the same through those years. But these are the Woodcrafts. I saw them on online and didn't really want to go with just a regular protector. So I saw these are a little different. They're not just the big ones that just kind of stick out the side. They have a little bit of shape to them. They're kind of a cone shaped as opposed to a big long eraser looking slider. They're pretty easy to put on. There's a little hole there. Comes with this bolt which slides into the hole. You got your actual base. So basically, you're gonna take your motor mount bolt out, which is right here. Can't miss it. Top bolt. You're gonna take that bolt out, and essentially, you're gonna take this end here, you're going to screw it in where that hole was. Be really careful. Do not use your hex or Allen to put this thing in right away. Make sure you put it in the hole and then kind of feed it through. Kind of hand tighten it as best you can so you don't cross thread that the threads in that hole, and save you a lot of heartache. So I'm going to go ahead and finish taking that bolt out of there. Have me a little dip here. If that offends you, I do apologize. But I'm just a regular dude in my garage doing a little project here to try to save the old bike in case she falls over. This bolt's fairly easy to get out. And you're just going to remove the whole bolt. I don't know how to fast forward this, so you kind of have to watch my boring video here. But you came here to watch it for some reason. Maybe you're buying a set for yourself and you want to put them on your bike. So I figured, what the heck? Throw a little video together. I'll go ahead and finish taking this bolt out and come back to you here in just a second, kind of go over the finishing install of this thing. Yeah, so I got the other motor mount bolt out. One word of caution to you, and I know this is common sense, but I'm going to say it anyways. Do this one side at a time. Don't take both of the bolts out at the same time, because if you do, your motor might fall down a bit. You might have to get under there with a jack and jack the motor up to get the holes lined up. So if you do it one at a time. I've already done the left side. This is the right. So there's your extension and your bolt. Let's go ahead and very carefully, as I said before, work it in by hand. Twist it with your hand as much as you can, because it's very easy to cross thread this into the hole. So just be aware, make sure you get it started well with your hand. It is kind of a pain because of the extension in there, but you want to kind of work it as much as you can with your hand before you start screwing that thing in there with your Allen. Just try to make sure you get a good start on it. I hate doing this because I hate dealing with an aluminum piece trying to get it in, and I'm always afraid I'm going to cross thread it. So just be extra careful with that. Once you feel like you got it started well enough with your hand, I really can't do much more there, but it does feel like it's at least caught in the first few threads. So you just want to kind of be careful. Like I said, I'm always afraid I'm going to end up cross threading it. You may end up having to back it out, because this side is a little different than the other side with this hole. So just take your time, go easy with it, be careful. Make sure you get it started well with your finger. Make sure you're not cross threading it. And once you feel like you got it started well, just go at it carefully, because you definitely don't want to cross thread that into your motor mount, especially on a brand new bike, right? All right, so according to the instructions, you're supposed to put the bolt in first. It says to use anti-seize and go about 35 foot-pounds. I don't have any anti-seize and I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just trying to get it as tight as I can without putting too much into it. So it's on there pretty tight. There's the slider. It's got a hole on one end, and it comes with this bolt. So what you're going to do, you got a hole on each side of the shaft. Haha, I said shaft. You're going to go ahead and line that hole up with your bolt. And then once you get that hole lined up, if I can get it lined up, you're just going to go ahead and hand tighten that bolt in. As I said, I don't know how to fast forward through all this boring crap, but it is what it is, I guess, as they say. You're just going to thread this other hex or Allen bolt in. You see it's kind of wobbly still. Just try to tighten it up as best you can. I don't want to over tighten, and of course I don't want it to under tighten and rattle off of there, because I don't have any Loctite or anti-seize, but it is on there pretty well. Just gonna tighten her on down. This is not too expensive of a upgrade, but to me it's well worth what you pay for it if it saves your bike's plastics from being destroyed if it were to be tipped over in a parking lot or in a garage, such as I'm in right now. So I would suggest getting yourself a good set. If you can find them online, they are prevalent. I wanted to go with the Pugs, but they were a little expensive. But as I said, worth it if they protect your plastics. The reason that I went with these Woodcrafts is because Woodcraft is a pretty well-known company. They make a lot of nice parts for bikes, rear sets, sliders, and other things. Also like the look of these. It doesn't protrude out too much from the motorcycle. Almost looks like it's a part of the bike. Excuse me there. And you know, kind of accents it pretty well. I'm working with my little tripod here in the garage, so I don't have some really awesome cameras and software and so on and so forth, but that's what it looks like. It's kind of a cone shaped rather than a long one that sticks out and kind of looks like the end of an eraser. It kind of ties in with the look of the bike a little bit, I think, and isn't too obtruse, but I think it looks pretty good on there. Again, mine's a 2022 ZX6R 636. These are the Woodcraft frame sliders for the 2019 to 2022 Kawasaki ZX6R. Pick yourself up a pair. I think they look pretty good on the bike. They don't stick out too much. Kind of look, you know, look like they kind of go with the bike. They're not too big and obtruse, but no idea how they'll perform if the bike were to fall, but I think they'll do the job. They stick out pretty well past the fairing, so at least your plastics would be protected. But I like them. They weren't too terribly expensive. I think they look pretty good. So other side, exact same way, easy install. Took me maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I've got them on the bike. They're nice and tight, and they look pretty good. So check them out. Woodcraft frame sliders for the 19 through 22 Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R. Thanks, guys. I know this isn't gun related, but I'm doing some upgrades to this bike, and I wanted to get some video of it. Maybe it'll help you guys out with some of the stuff I'm going to install. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. 9mm Sarge out.